So, there's nothing really happening today in the game, so I decided to make this video. Some people are wondering why I'm not making that many videos. One of them is because I'm kind of sick, but, it is getting better. I don't think it's COVID. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to think too much about it, but what is really bothering me is, hey, surprisingly, I met a Mafia member, and I might be going to, like, the court with him. I mean, I don't know if it's my uncle, like, trying to scare me or something, but essentially what happened is I'm going to give you the short story instead of the long story, because the long story is going to be really long. So essentially what happened is that there was a leak at my mother's house in Toronto, and, I got a big company to come to give me a quote, and then my uncle didn't really think that it was that serious, right? So he didn't really believe in the big company, because I went to check out the reviews. I always select the best review companies. That's what we do, right? That's our generation. We don't select some nobody. So anyways, we select the best review company, or I was selecting the best review company, and my uncle didn't believe it, right? So he sent his friend, okay? I mean, we got to put friends into quote here. Friend of 20 years, which is a plumber, and the guy is an independent plumber. He isn't any, like, he doesn't have any big major company or anything. So anyways, I trusted my uncle's opinion on him and everything. I just got his phone number. I didn't even get his business name or anything, because he didn't give me it. So anyways, he came and he basically said the same thing as a big company, and then I decided to go with the big company, right? And somehow he came back and, we actually changed the job that we wanted to do initially, me and the big company. And then when I told him what we wanted to change to do, right, which was cut open the kitchen and check right under where the leaking sound was happening. So the big company quoted me at about $3,000, while when I told him that, my uncle's friend, right, it was about $3,000. He said, "What? That's robbery." So I asked him, how much is it, or how much is normally the job. He's like, "Oh, me and my boys will do it for $1,000." And I'm like, okay, you got 3,000 here, you got 1,000 here. And, the other company initially already sent me a written quote. He emailed me the estimate, right? Now, this person, right, my uncle's friend, because I trust him, nothing happened there. But apparently, as a contractor, he is supposed to give me a written quote. I didn't even know that, right, at first, right? But he's my uncle's friend. I believed it. I'm like, okay, he's going to take care of me. That's good. So, he comes, he does the thing, he finishes it halfway, right? And then he leaves for like 7 days, for a week. I was really nice to him, and then on the 7th day, I believe, like exactly 1 week, I got really upset. I said I was gonna send, I was gonna send the story to the news and stuff like that. You're trying to scam old lady that is disabled, that is living alone in Toronto. And, I'm just trying to take care of my mother here, and you're just, like, I guess, taking advantage. And then he came back the next day and then patched up the holes and everything, because he had left the holes he cut up, which was 2 holes, right? I don't even know. Now there's more to repair. So he cut up the holes, and basically he left it open, right? And he removed the door from the bathroom, so my mom didn't even have a door to shut when she was showering or going to a washroom. But, and then mice were coming in, because it was the winter, right? So mice were coming in, and I got really upset. I was saying that I'm going to send this to the news and stuff like that. He came back and fixed it, okay? Basically, he put the door back, which was not hard, okay? Not to mention, he also broke the steps. So, he brought like this heavy guy, and then he was stomping on the step, and it fell apart, right? It was a hollow step. So that is going to cost me about $600 to $800, but I didn't even care about it at that point. I just wanted it fixed, and he said 1,000. That's good. So anyways, he came back and fixed it and everything. And then, right, instead of asking me to pay the $1,000, he's asking my uncle to pay $2,800. So it was like he wants a similar like payment as the big company's quote that I got. So I got really upset, I asked him to send me an invoice to like detail the job, include your plumber ID, because I'm going to report you. And he hasn't done that. He hasn't sent me anything. He hasn't asked me for money. He hasn't asked me for, he hasn't asked me anything. And now, well, he keeps on asking my uncle. So he's threatening my uncle to place a lien on the property. And he's like, now I'm being told by my uncle, yeah, he's from the Mafia. He's a criminal, these criminals. And I'm like, what the hell? You're sending a criminal to my house? What the hell? I mean, are you serious? You're going to send the Mafia to fix my, the pipe? I mean, I could have just gotten the big company. I mean, the big company don't have Mafias, at least not that I know of. There's no back problems with that. I mean, and this guy, he doesn't even want to send me the invoice, because if he send me the invoice, he's worried I think he's worried I'm going to go report him, and he's going to have problems with, his license and things like that. I mean, I'm willing to pay him, but he's not sending me the invoice. And of course, right, I'm not willing to pay an increase of $1,800 when his initial, quote was just $1,000. Me and my boys will do it for $1,000, And then I thought, hey, if you underestimate it, and hey, you need to add an extra $500 on top of it because of that, I'll be like, okay, I have $1,500. Give me the bill, I'll pay it. But no, he wants $2,800 next to $3,000, which was the initial quote. So, anyways, now I'm being threatened, so I'm going to be going to court with the Mafia. And I don't know. I mean, come on. And he hasn't even sent me the bill or anything. I mean, why are you, just send me the bill, we discuss it. But he doesn't want to send me the bill. He wants this cash transaction kind of thing. I mean, I don't really get what he wants. He's really hurting the relationship between me and my uncle. I don't know if me and my uncle, my uncle and him, relationship are hurting. But essentially, I don't really trust my uncle anymore. I mean, instead of saying, yeah, he's a scammer and just pay him off and stuff like that, he basically said it's my fault for not getting it on paper. When, well, he knows that the plumber, the contractor, is supposed to give me a contract, but he never gave me a contract. So I don't even know what's happening. And the problem is just getting worse and worse. I mean, it's yeah, I'm going to be going to court with the Mafia soon, and it's over $1,000. And he won't even just send me an invoice. What's the point? Why don't you just send me an invoice, $1,000, and I'll pay you? I mean, if you really use $2,800 and, you need somebody to pay for it, send me an invoice, detail everything, how many hours worked, what material used, and say, you see, that's why I needed to increase the price. But he's not doing that, right? He's literally just asking for $2,800, and he's not asking me. That's a funny thing, because I'm the customer, and my uncle is just the recommender, right? He is a person that recommended me to him. And he's not asking me for the money. He's asking my uncle for the money. And when he's threatening, he's not threatening me. He's threatening my uncle. And the more of the funny thing is, he has never replied me with a message where I have to pay him. I mean, I'm asking him to send me the bill, and he just ignores. I'm like, I don't know if that's what Mafia does, but, it looks like my uncle is saying, you better be prepared for court to go, to go to court with the Mafia, and saying that you gotta think like a criminal because he's a criminal. I'm like, what the hell, man? I just wanted the thing fixed. I do not need a criminal problem, right? So anyways, I mean, my uncle thinks, I learned my lesson and stuff. My lesson, right? Because our generation, at least I know my generation that can use the computer, we look at reviews, and we look at the best reviews, ensuring that there's no criminal. Because if it's a criminal, somebody would have written it, right, and said, hey, it's a criminal, don't hire them. But because he was recommended, there was no way I could do that, which is unfortunate. Because had it not been for him, I would have never hired somebody like that. I would have never gone close to somebody like that, because the reviews will tell me to hire this person, to trust this person or not, because there's a bunch of people that already had this similar experience. If it was positive, it's positive. So, instead of saying, just pay him, right, because he's a criminal and blah, 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 he's blaming it on me. So I'm like, our relationship obviously is hurt because I don't have these people in my circle. I do not want these people in my circle. You know, a plumber that is a criminal and from the Mafia and like all that other stuff. I'm being like, now I'm being passed on to threaten for like a lien on the house. I mean, there's no contract. I don't even, and he's not even asking me to pay. And there's no way I could pay him because I don't know his name. I don't know his business address. I don't know, well, I know his first name. You know, and he's not replying to my text messages. Like literally not replying to my text message. I'm like, you know, I'm going to give you your $1,000, you know, just give me the e-transfer, whatever, or give me the bill detailing if you paid, like if you had to spend more to help me fix it. But no, I mean, he's literally just ignoring me and he's threatening my uncle and I'm getting this passed on threaten, right? So now I just don't, like, I've just been so bothered with this that I haven't been doing that many videos. So anyways, I mean, I think this is probably the first time for somebody like me, or somebody anyways, to go to a court with the Mafia, apparently. I don't even know if he's from the Mafia, but that's what I'm being told. And I don't know. I mean, does the Mafia want to waste their time going to court over $1,000 in which they know that it is $1,000 that I am willing to pay, you know, just to help an old lady fix a leaking pipe that, you know, is pretty much alone, doesn't have anything. I mean, if you're like, why would you want to scam somebody like that? I mean, and I don't really understand it, but I'm trying to figure it out. And that's what I'm at. I mean, it really makes no sense because this guy isn't contacting me. He's contacting my uncle. And, you know, I'm offering to pay him, but he doesn't want to send me the bill. So it makes completely no sense. I have no idea what's happening, but I guess I'm going to be going to court soon.